Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. On this video I'm going to be talking about full spectrum cameras. What are they, how do they work, and why do I want to use one? Let's get straight down to it. Basically, full spectrum means that it sees all light, that you can think of: infrared, UV and visible light. When you look at things like this GoPro Hero 7 White, okay, inside this lens, you can probably actually just about catch it, there's a red tint. Now most modern cameras, unless they are equipped with night vision, have an infrared filter in. Normally it's either a tinted red lens or a separate lens that has an infrared filter built in. And basically what that does is it stops it seeing infrared light. And stopping it from seeing infrared light means it's not going to work at night, because at night you want infrared light to be able to see. Obviously the way around that is to either buy a camera that's specifically designed for night vision or seeing infrared rays, or modify one yourself. And that's exactly what this one is. It's a modified camera. The lens has been removed, and basically there's two lenses on this: the front lens and a rear lens. The rear lens is red, and that's the infrared filter. It stops infrared light penetrating and getting to the sensor and being captured on film. The GoPro 7, actually, the sensor on it, or the filter, is pretty poor, to be fair, and I'll demonstrate that now just by plugging in my infrared emitter. If I turn the light out, now you can see that's not seeing me at all. I'm waving my hand, even the Canon, that's got an infrared filter. You'll see that actually when I turn the infrared emitter on and put it in front, you'll see that you can see, and the GoPro is picking it up quite well. Now if I turn it on myself, however, you can just about see me through that. So the GoPro infrared filter isn't amazing, because it is letting infrared through, but it's not full on night vision, because although you can see my face now because I'm pointing an infrared light at it, it's not very good, and you'll see the difference in a minute when I put the full spectrum on. So that's that. Let's turn the light back on. Now obviously I think people buy full spectrum and expect them just to be point and shoot, ready to go, they're going to see at night without anything else. But obviously the clue is in the name. It is full spectrum, it does need a light source. All cameras use light. It's the same as our eyes. Light's reflected, it's captured. And if you haven't got infrared or UV light or a full spectrum light, obviously the full spectrum camera is going to work exactly the same as these two cameras, the GoPro and the M100, and you're not going to be able to see at night. Although, you can slightly with the GoPro, but as I say, it's not full on night vision, so it doesn't work very well. Now, again, we're talking about infrared light, and we've got one of these. I use these quite a lot. This is one of my lower end ones. It's a 48 LED infrared emitter or illuminator, and the great thing is you can mount that onto a tripod, and you can mount your camera next to it on a double mount, and you've got it all in one place. But people often ask, how do you power them? Well, there's several ways. One of the ways is to buy one of these, which is a battery pack with the plug already on. So you just plug it in, turn it on, and away you go. Lights on. Obviously it's not, because it's not dark enough at the minute. You can probably just see them lighting up now. And that's one way. The other way is I've got some USB adapters. So you've got the male end that plugs into your camera, and it comes down to a USB rather than a power pack. And that USB you can plug into an external power source, power pack, that sort of thing. And it also makes the leads a lot shorter. I've got some that I've modified where the lead comes straight off to a USB and straight into basically like a selfie stick. And the funny thing is with them, to buy all the components, including the emitter, costs about 15 quid. And unfortunately, when people are using stuff like this, it's generally for ghost hunting and paranormal research, and people take advantage of that. I've seen them going on eBay, a selfie stick with an emitter and lead and the double mount for about 50 quid, just because they've put ghost hunting equipment, you know. And I think that's naughty, that's really bad. I don't know if it's sheer laziness from other people or not that actually buy them, I don't know. Because to buy all the components separately, you're looking about 15-20 quid max. So they're over doubling their money by selling them at 50 quid or £50 just because they can, and they've put paranormal in front of it. I think that's really wrong. But we're not going to get into that debate now. But basically, you know, you would use that. There is actually better ones that have just got 4 LEDs, and believe it or not, they produce more light than this 48 LED one, because it's a more focused beam. And then, so once you've got your power source and your infrared emitter, you then need the camera. As I say, this one has been converted to full spectrum. Now, you saw how the GoPro worked with the infrared, and bearing in mind that isn't full spectrum, that won't see infrared, although for some reason it does very slightly. I think that's just down to the poor quality filter in it. But you're going to see the difference now with this. So I'm just going to get this set up. I'm going to show you the difference between a non-infrared, or one that's got an infrared filter in, compared to the full spectrum. So let's have a look. Right then, so here we go. First thing you're going to notice when you turn your full spectrum camera on is everything has a pink hue. You'll notice how pink this screen is compared to, you know, obviously the one I'm filming on. And that's obviously meant to be like that. So when you get your full spectrum camera, don't start thinking, oh my god, it's broken, because it's not. It's meant to have a pink hue. Now, let's do this again. Infrared emitter on. Lights off. Now you can see that glowing, but obviously you can only see the glow, you can't see the light emitted from that. Whereas the full spectrum camera can. And you'll see as I turn it on myself how good that is. And just to prove that, I am going to take you off the tripod quick. I seriously need to get myself a cameraman, I think. But bear with me a sec, let's take you off the tripod. Right. Now what I'm going to do, as you can see, well hopefully you can see, just move this. Can't see what I'm doing there. Right, so I'm going to put you there. That is looking out the door of my shed. That is the full spectrum camera. Okay, now when I turn the emitter, or the infrared illuminator there, you can see how good that comes out. You can see everything now, and that's just with the portable infrared illuminator on. Okay, and it's got a very good range. There's my neighbour's house, and it's completely pitch black out there. If I take it away again, you'll see you can't see anything. Emitter on, and there we go. You know, that shines out, and it goes a fair way, and it lights up really well. Okay, so that's that. And obviously most people use these for paranormal stuff, and I guess that's kind of why I've got it. But again, if we come in here, go out there, can't see anything, it's pitch black. Okay, you can see a bit of light from a neighbour's house. And then come in here where I've got a CCTV camera with infrared. Bearing in mind, I'm looking pretty much straight at it. There's bikes you can see in there, and that's the CCTV camera I've got up there, which is why it's so bright. Probably just see the rings on the CCTV camera there. See, if you put the full spectrum there, it just blinds it. But yeah, obviously you do need an infrared or a UV light source for a full spectrum camera to work, and you can pick them up very inexpensively. Actually, you can pick up the cameras and or you know, the full kit basically for next to no money at all. I'm actually gonna start selling a range that I'm modifying myself, and I'm not going to put ghost hunting equipment before the name. Therefore they're going to be basically what I make them for. I'll be getting rid of them for, because it annoys me slightly that, you know, when someone puts ghost hunting before something or paranormal before something, it suddenly triples in price when it's exactly the same thing that any Joe Blogs can go and buy. And it's the same with spirit boxes. It's only an FM radio. You know, why charge 150 quid for an FM radio when they're obsolete now and they cost a couple of quid, you know, second-hand shops? So yeah, slightly annoyed with the way the world works, I guess. Maybe that's my gripe. I think it's just the world and the greed of people. But yeah, I mean, these battery packs are cheap, about £5. You guys from overseas are going to have to excuse me, I have no idea what the exchange rate is and what it is in dollars. But yeah, they're about £5, which I'd imagine is about $7 or $8. It's not a lot. And yeah, that again, these are under £10. But I mean, don't just go for the cheapest one you can find. Generally they're coming from China, which doesn't mean they're bad. I would imagine this one was made in China. You know, in fact I can tell you, yes, made in China. So yeah, I mean, obviously if you can wait as well, like the double mounts, the GoPro style mounts, which go on a selfie stick, to get one in the UK they're about 5 quid, 4 or 5 quid. To get one from China, if you're willing to wait a couple of weeks, you can get them for less than £2. But obviously you've then got to wait for it to get shipped from China. And same with these though. I mean, you can get the infrared illuminators for you know, literally a couple of £1 if you're willing to wait for them to ship. So I mean, they're a great bit of kit. I am going to use mine for ghost hunting, if you like, solely because of what happened to me a few weeks back. I've suddenly started to open my mind a bit, but it is going to be more scientific than, oh my god, what's that noise, it's a ghost. You know, because I want to prove to I want to be honest to myself, true to myself, and prove to myself that ghosts, paranormal activity, all that sort of stuff is real and it does exist and it's there and I'm going to see it. And that's the whole reason I've started buying all the kit. I mean, I've got a big 4K camcorder which is full spectrum, and I've got several of these now, and also 2 converted GoPros, Hero 3s, all infrared, all full spectrum, and we'll see a bit more of that as we go, especially with the upcoming series at the end of this month, where I'm going to go to all the haunted locations in Cornwall, as well as Titanic Museum, cemetery rather, that's up in Southampton. I'm going to go there and we're going to talk about the history of the Titanic and the graveyard itself. It was a childhood haunt for me, actually. I used to play there all the time, because I've always been fascinated with the Titanic, and I used to go there a lot, and I didn't realise how haunted it was until I've done some research recently. So we're going to go up there, visit my parents, and stop in there and chat about the Titanic disaster and the graveyard itself, and as well as do loads down here in Cornwall, Jamaica Inn. I'm going to do a night there. I'm going to do a night out on the moors, because I believe the moors, although it doesn't get a lot of visitors because of the risks of being lost and just a vast amount of space, but I don't think ghosts are constricted to one area. I think that a lot's happened on them Bodmin moors, and I reckon it's a good place to go and have a look. So I'm going to spend a night on the moors, Bodmin gel I'm probably going to do, although they've annoyed me slightly with an email they sent me. I did ask about the history of the place, and I wanted to know if the visitors could see a bit of the history of the place, because at the moment I just think it's a massive tourist attraction, and the history of Bodmin Gel has been lost in amongst money and greed. And they just sent me an email back saying, no, the wax figures, the tourist area is all you get to see, tough. Which annoyed me, because the whole cell block is now covered in scaffolding, as you probably saw from my Bodmin Gel video, and all that history is now scaffolding, you know, and I think that's wrong and I don't like it, but that's just my opinion. So we're going to do that. There's just so much going on. Kennel Vale, the old gunpowder factory and mill, that's supposedly really haunted. And yeah, we're just going to have loads of fun. So the car arrives a week tomorrow, so really excited about that. That is going to be a video, whether you like it or not, whether you're into cars or not, I don't know, but for me it's super exciting times. Brand new car, I love new cars, so that's going to be a good video. Until the next time then, I'm going to go put all my camera stuff away, because it's raining cats and dogs out there, and I'm going to go in and get dry, put all my stuff away, and I will see you on the next video.